Meet Codename Goose, your on-machine open-source AI agent, built to automate your tasks. Codename Goose is an intelligent and autonomous agent capable of handling complex tasks thanks to its core features. Connect with apps and tools you already use with extensions. Built on the Model Context Protocol, you can connect to extensions like GitHub, integrate JetBrains IDEs, access Google Drive, or build your own custom integrations for Goose. For a curated list of extensions, visit our docs. With a wide range of compatible large language model providers, you can choose and integrate your preferred model. You can also run Goose as a desktop app or through the command line interface using the same configurations across both. You can think of Goose as an assistant, ready to take your instructions and do the work for you. Able to handle a wide range of tasks across various engineering domains. Here are examples of tasks Goose has helped people with already. Goose has helped dive into a new project in an unfamiliar coding language, conduct code migration such as Ember to React or Ruby to Kotlin, increase code coverage, and even generate unit tests for a feature, and much more. To get started using Goose right away, check out our quick start and be the first to know about upcoming features by joining our community.
Hello, everyone. So hope y'all are having what day is it? Happy Thursday. We're gonna try out beads today. I tried it out a little bit yesterday, and I made a beads tutorial. It was a little bit easier than I figured it would be. When I heard people talking about it, I was like, oh wow, this got to be like super duper advanced. I think like the creation of it is complex, but like as a user, it's really not that complex. In fact, I installed it I found out they had an MCP server for it, so you can use it via CLI, or you can use it via an MCP server, or in the Goose ecosystem, we call it an extension. And it's quite simple. Once you install it, your agent picks it up. And for folks who don't know what it is, I'm still learning, but to my understanding, this is something that Steve Yege developed, and it's kind of like a Git-based like tracker. It helps your agent figure out like where it last left off or what task it needs to complete. So you can open up a completely new session and be like, hey, where did I leave off? And it has like a couple of tasks that it's like marked, like the status, does it have a dependency on something else? And then it'll be like, here's where we left off, you can continue here. This is helpful for running parallel sessions. It's helpful for if you're like, sometimes your agent just randomly stops and you're like, dang, I got to start a new session and re-explain. Like sometimes Goose has this error, like some transient error that it receives from the model, and I have to start over a new session and then kind of prime the agent again. You don't really need to do that. I'm noticing a theme with a lot of these agentic workflows, and they're just really trying to solve the problem of context drop. When people say, oh, my agent's not working on my really large code base, it's because of the context window. To me, that's what I think is going on. Like they used it all up. Oh, let me put the comments on the stage. I know I didn't promo this one heavily. It was a little bit of a last minute addition. But hi, Amanda, and hi, Best Codes. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so I think that's a lot of what people are trying to solve when they're inventing a lot of these new agentic patterns. My spicy take, which I think I've shared before multiple times, is I just think that the agent and the models are going to eventually get better, where we're not having to fight with the context window for the agent to understand things. So perhaps a lot of these agentic workflows will eventually become, you know, extinct, but I think it's still good to know about how they work, because perhaps some of these will get adopted into like whatever the solution is for the agent, or like, I don't know, some of these might be just things we need to eventually know as software engineering and computing uh, gets bigger. Amanda said, "Yeah, it feels like something we won't have to talk about as much in the future." Exactly. I think we're trying to like think forward and solve problems really fast. That like we need to. And I know that engineers are like running multiple agents at once and doing parallel tasks and all that. So let me start getting into it right now. I already wrote out like my workflow just to save time, because we're going to be running parallel sessions, and that can like take a bit. I actually have a lot of tasks for it, so I don't know if we'll do it all within the hour, but I'm hoping that we can. All right, so first off, I'm gonna show you guys where we left off. We're using the browser that I made with the Ralph Wiggum loop. My whole idea is I'm using this little browser to try out every single agentic pattern and change the skeptic within me. So we're gonna go ahead and just run this browser just so you can see where it left off, what it looks like. So yeah, basic browser. You have some quick links. You have bookmarks, history, and then the settings thing that changes the theme, and you can clear history. Right, that's it. So what I want to start adding, clear. I don't know, there's some kind of bug. So there's a couple of stuff I want to start adding. We can take a look at the two different types of features I want to add. The way that beads works is you have to create an epic for beads to follow and create task for itself. So I have two epics that I created. So we're gonna go to, yeah, I put them here. There's an anti-anxiety feature for browsers. I'll explain in a second. And then I want to make my own rendering engine. I don't really know how. And I don't even know if what I planned actually creates my own rendering engine. But right now we're using Chromium. And I'm like, it would be much cooler if it was my own. But I don't know. All right. So let's start with the anti-anxiety. Right now, we're all in this, like, let's zoom in a little bit. We're in this world of like be productive, hustle, da 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 da. I am a messy person a little bit in terms of like using my computer, and I like having all my tabs and everything open, and everyone's like, oh my god, how do you live like that? They're like, it's making me anxious. So I was like, maybe there's some couple of things that we can do, and I wrote some user stories with Goose, of course. So I want, if I close some tabs, they're saved automatically. I never lose anything important. And it goes to something called the cookie jar. So I can just click there and be like, oh, there's my closed tabs. I want breadcrumbs so that like it shows. I think some browsers kind of do this. Like Google Chrome kind of has like, you can restore a closed tab and stuff like that, but I just want to do it my way. But as a user, I want to be able to retrace my steps and understand like my browsing journey. How did I get here? Why do I have this? How did I get to this Stack Overflow or this GitHub, whatever? And then an easy way to just close all the tabs rather than like having to like close all of them one by one. That's another reason why I don't close them sometimes. I'm just lazy. Okay. And then like maybe count it as a session as well. So I want to save the current tabs open as a session, and then I can like start them fresh without losing my work. So I can be like, this was my work session, reopen back those tabs, or this was like, I don't know. Those are my ideas. Okay. So that's one epic that Goose and Beads are going to work on, and we're going to basically have like Goose be like or beads, whichever, right? It's going to pick up each task in different parallel sessions and decide which one is done, which one isn't. We've written if there's dependencies on either one. So the breadcrumbs task depends on this cookie jar task. Then for the task rendering engine, this one I broke into different phases. So I want to have like an HTML parser, a CSS parser, and style resolution. Honestly, Goose did all of this really, and the layout engine. I have very little information on this part. I kind of was just like, I want to make my own rendering engine instead of Chromium. You guys tell me if I need more to actually be like my own custom rendering engine. Anyways, so oh hi Ace. So now we're here. And my first prompt to Goose. So actually, let me start Goose. And you notice I usually use the UI, but I'm not going to for this. I'm going to use Ghosty because Ghosty has a really cool, or not cool, but I think Ghosty is a little boring, but you guys like it, whatever. But I do like that you can split your terminal pretty easily, and I think this will make it easier for us to track the multiple sessions we have going on. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is tell Goose to read those epics that I gave it and make little tasks from it, right? Or break them into small tasks with the dependencies and everything so that it can know what to do. It's basically going to initialize beads and create our beads. So I'm pressing enter. And once that's done, like maybe while this is going on, I'll create a new tab and then I'll split these into 4. Split right. Let me make this big. Split down, and then on here we'll split down as well. So we have our 4 little terminals that we're going to work on with. So it sees that the workspace has a prefix configured. Let it create the epics without specifying IDs. And this is using, like, did I say that this was Git based? I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but not GitHub based. I did, even though I worked at GitHub before, I thought it was saying that it could, I was trying to make it essentially read issues from GitHub. And it's like, it can't do that out the box. Okay. But if I were to do this again, maybe I would use the GitHub CLI and have like the beads pull in issues or Epic or something like that from the GitHub CLI or like a project board or something like that, and then turn those into beads. I don't know, because in what world are we making an Epic in a markdown file? Maybe that's how things are going now, but I think that would be more realistic to an engineering workflow. What'd you miss? We're just trying out beads and I'm just chatting. I'm yapping. Okay. So it's still creating the beads. And now it's creating like parent-child dependencies to link tasks to their epics. So this is like, I think some advanced stuff that they did. The guy that made beads is also the guy that made Gastown. I don't know, how have you guys read the blog post about Gastown? I think it's interesting, but I think it's kind of crazy. Okay, let's see what I've missed. Okay. Okay, yeah. Best Code said making my own rendering engine is harder than you think. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't feel like Goose made an epic that really covers creating a whole rendering engine, but whatever. We'll do this for now. Hey Leon. Hey Jason. Yeah, multiple Jasons. Bead seems fun. Yeah, have you guys tried it yet? Gastown was so much. Yeah, I didn't. Okay, I had to put it on a. Okay, this is done. This is done. But I had to put it on like audio and at 2 times speed, and there was parts that I still didn't digest. And I think it's. Oh, what I was gonna say is rude. I think it's a vision that'll lead us in the right direction, but maybe something that I wouldn't use. Okay, so our beads are created. So let's say you like accidentally closed the session or something like that, and then you were like, where did I leave? Oh, wait, Goose isn't started. Let's start Goose in each of these. Goose, Goose, Goose. And if I say like, where did I leave off in my project? Is anything complete? It should say no, because we only made the task so far. And it's like, I'll check the beads quick start and then look at your project status. And there seems to be a database issue. I don't know. This is literally the MCP server. I think it's a little bit buggy from what I've experienced. And it says it's complete. Very odd. Hold on, let me make sure I'm on the right branch. Hold on. Get branch. Yeah, I am. I don't know. But that's okay. Let's move forward. It should have said, and I think this is because I kind of tried this out before, but I tried it out on a different branch. Maybe I need to completely remove beads. And let me ask Goose, how do I remove all the like beads progress or whatever is in the beads directory? Because I want to start fresh for real. Okay, that might be the problem. Okay. Yeah, no, I'll run the command from me. Okay, cool. We might have to run this one more time then. Yeah, I'll run this one more time to tell Goose what we're doing. But let me ask Goose just to make sure. Where are we in terms of progress with beads? Where are we in terms of progress with our project? Have we got anything done? I want you to say no, Goose. Let's see. What are some while we're waiting, what are some like agentic workflows that you're like, yeah, I'm a big believer. This is going somewhere. I know there's a Ralph Wiggum, there's like research plan implement, there's a whole bunch of stuff. All right. It looks like it's not able to find anything, which is good. That's what I want. But we'll keep checking. And if it's finding different, interesting. It's finding like different projects that I tried out beads on. And yeah, I don't know. People have complained that it's grown into like beads has grown into be a little bit more buggy nowadays, just because it's getting so many like PRs and stuff like that. But we'll see. All right, I'm gonna run this one more time, and then we'll get into like the real prompts that we need to get moving. I like research plan implement. Yeah, I think that one's a really good one. Start up. And let me. It's taking really long to start up this time. Let's see. Not a specific workflow, but I've been really interested in how people are evaluating, did the tool do its job? Like most folks are measuring tokens as the focus, it seems. Interesting. Why use tokens? To know that it completed it, wouldn't you want to see like the end result? Or I guess you wouldn't be able to tell if it like missed stuff. I don't know. I'm hitting into rate limit issues. Okay. So I don't want to use a different model. Come on. I guess just for the planning part or the task creation part, I'll try Sonnet. Okay. I'm now Opusified. I don't know. I made that up. But I now only like Opus. All right, now it's creating all the task dependencies. I want to make sure. I know that like we checked a second ago and then it like exceeded its rate limit. I just want to make sure that we really are starting from scratch with this. Where are we in our project? Cookie browser. Are any tasks completed? And I'm not an expert at beads, guys, so. All right, yeah, it looks like it's really initializing it this time and it's creating the task. I think last time I was a little suspicious. I was like, are you creating the task? And it says no database found. All right, cool. I can see the project doesn't have a beads database initialized yet, but there are task files. That's fine. You don't need to check anything else. Cool. So once that's done, we really will run all of these. And do you guys use Ghosty? Are you guys like Ghosty lovers? I'm like, it looked like a plain terminal to me. What I want is a cute terminal. It's like sparkly, it got a cute background, it's doing cool stuff. Like when I downloaded this and it was just like looking just like iTerminal or iTerm, I'm like, what's the big hype? Yes, I have an Opus 4.5 addiction. I split research into an RPI into research and explore as separate steps. Interesting. Research is like researching docs and stuff online, but exploring is exploring the local code base. Interesting. I'm gonna try that. From Jeremy Adams, love to see you stream and already talked about Gastown, I bet since we yes, we talked about Gastown a little bit. Jeremy, what's your thoughts on it? I thought it was an interesting article, riveting article, but I don't know how. And it's something that helps us look forward to the future, but I don't know how applicable it will be. Like if we were to use it in like a real database, like one of like the Cash App databases or something like that, it might not work out. All right, it's still making my dependencies. Every time I go on a stream, things take much longer than when I did my little quick practice or my quick trial. And I think my face is in the way of where I would want to be. So maybe I should move myself. That's the problem with StreamYard. Not that flexible. Where should I be in comparison? No, way too big. There we go. All right. Still doing its thing. It's grouping all of the the task by epic. Perfect. And come on, I want to actually run it. And I have no clue, like, run BD doctor to diagnose demon issue. I don't even know, like, what happened. All right, cool. I think it's about to say it finished. It's marking things as priority 1, what things are blocked. Come on, come on. I'm not a ghosty lover. I wouldn't say. It just works and I just use it. Okay, cool. Hi, Angie. We're starting. I can explain for anybody that just jumped in. So, we're using beads. I did one session that actually initializes beads, and we're waiting for it to keep initializing. I gave it 2 like tasks that I want, or 2 epics, because that's what beads works off of. It works off of epics, and that's how it decides like which task it should do and when. And I have one that's adding in like cute features to my browser, and another one that is supposed to be making a rendering engine, but it's not really a good rendering engine or a full rendering engine. It's more focused on like the HTML part and the styling. But right now it's like deciding like, hey, here's the task we have, and then I'm going to have these sessions run all the tasks in parallel as much as we can. Oh my God, it's done. Thank God. All right. So all tasks include complete user stories, acceptance criteria, technical notes, etc., etc. Ready to work. Awesome. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in these prompts And I'm just going to paste them all in. So this prompt basically says read the task anti-anxiety for the cookie jar task and implement everything that's going on. I have like some simple stuff to test, like run npm run build npm test, and then if that all works out, mark the task as complete. Enter. The next one I'm gonna put in here is quite similar. We're gonna have the move out the way for this, but we're gonna have this do the breadcrumb task. But what it's gonna do instead is check if it's blocked by this task, and once it's not blocked, it'll go ahead and implement it. I'm gonna press enter, and then the fourth one here, very similar again. Paste. We're going to look for the easy closure task. If it's like, it's going to check if this one is done, and if it's not blocked, then it'll start implementing. Press enter. And then this one, I think it shouldn't be, this last one shouldn't have any dependencies. Let's paste it. This is the rendering engine. It's completely separate, and it should just be able to go. So there's really nothing for me to do. This is when I guess I will walk away and live my life, or I don't know, start on another project. Some people are running like 10 agents at a time. I don't think I have the mental capacity for that. Do you guys run that many agents? I think this is like the limit that I can do, like 4. That's why I split it up this way. Cuz after that, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know if people have little tricks. Maybe they're using a better view. I don't know, but I just don't have it. So this one is really the only one working. The other ones are saying, oh no, sorry, this one and this one are the only ones actually working. These other two are like, we're blocked, and we'll check again in a minute to see if the blockers have been resolved. And so then it issued a command of like sleep for 60 seconds. Let's see what the channel says. Or not the channel, the comments. Jeremy said, this is on Gastown. Looks wild. I don't think many of us have firepower. That's another thing. My computer would blow up since it's like, hey, clusters of many agents talk about hitting token limits. Yes. And a lot of these people, they have, I kind of have unlimited tokens a little bit, but a lot of these people, they kind of have unlimited tokens. So some of the suggestions are intense. When I download Goose, it has a pop-up about accessing information in keychain that never goes away. I think Angie, I saw she responded, but yes, you have to choose always allow. And on new releases, you may see that re-pop up again. Don't hit enter, and don't hit allow, because yeah, it won't work. But it's just it basically is like saving like whatever API tokens or whatever information into your keychain, so it needs access for that. Well, the whole gang is here. What's up, Angie? Cool. You probably need to check. Yeah. Okay. Everybody's just talking about that. Gonna go eat. Okay, have fun eating your pretzels. Bye. Thanks for stopping by. All right. So this one basically is about to be done. It just said all tests have passed. It opened up my little browser. It made its cookie jar. I don't want to mess with the test thing, so I won't click it yet. But it's doing something. And then it looks like this one got started. It said, all right, you got integrated already. I don't know why it didn't wait for the test to run, but I guess it said it's done. I'm going to start. Good. Save us some time. Ooh, a test failed. So maybe it will fix it. I don't know. I don't see it fixing it, but maybe in the end, I keep seeing it say it failed, and then it's just moving on. I'm fighting the, okay, good, it fixed it. I'm fighting the feeling to jump in and try to fix it. But I'm like, let me let it do its thing. This feels kind of similar to Ralph Loop, except because with Ralph Loop, I have like the task being checked off in a in a file, and it would say like, oh, this is complete, this is not complete. It's kind of doing the same thing. Oh, another thing that you guys should see is this agents.md file that comes with beads. I think this is like telling Goose or whatever agent how to use it. I can't even keep up with what's going on in here. Like I just yeah. It finished phase 1 of the HTML parser here. And it just stopped. Can you keep doing all the faces? This also reminds me of subagents, because you kind of go and tell subagents in Goose to go off, do their own thing, save your context window. This instead, I had to manually create new sessions, but a subagent or Ralph loop will be creating the sessions for me. I don't know. Okay. Don't check for any updates right now. Okay. So what was I going to show you guys? Oh, the agents.md. So let's get out of this Goose. Clear so I can read better. And what was I going to show you? Open agents.md. Here we go. I thought this was interesting. Once I installed the MCP server and initialized Goose, I saw that there's like these agent instructions. I didn't get to read them yet, so I think it would be interesting for us to look at it. It basically tells us like it uses BD beads for issues tracking, and you would run BD onboard to. Oh, hi, Ebony. I don't know. Ebony just joined the StreamYard. Maybe I missed something. But okay, so their BD onboard gets run to get started. The agent's really just handling all of this. I never actually need to. And then we have all of these for reference for the agent. And then I guess whatever landing the plane is. When ending a work session, you must complete all the steps below. Work is not complete until git push succeeds. Okay, cool. And then it runs quality gates, files issues for remaining work, updates issue statuses. Cool, cool, cool. And then the official rules: work is not complete until git push. I guess they have to repeat that. Never stop before pushing. Never say ready to push when you are. You must push. If push fails, resolve and retry until it succeeds. Ooh, so let's see if it actually does this push. Because when I tried this out on my own, I didn't see any push happen. I think I had to tell it. Okay. Cool, cool. Let's see what else is in the comments. And if these are actually completed. So this one's done, and I think this one's blocked, and I don't know. We'll see. This part is so weird for me to like just be like, okay, I like being the human in the loop a little bit. So this is like a little difficult for me to be like, oh, okay, you do your thing. But let's see what else is here. So it looks like you solved your always allow issues. How are we doing, Nate? We're doing good. We're chilling. We're trying out I'm not Ralph Wiggum, but beads. And then hi, learner. I'm doing good too. Nice to see you. Haven't seen you since a while. So I don't know what it's testing now, but it's testing something. Yeah, what's you guys' thoughts on beads so far? Something that you think you will use? I think this is something if you want like background task happening for you and you just do your own thing. I don't know. This one's almost done. And then we'll have the breadcrumbs be complete. And this might not have taken as long as I thought it would. Let's see. I do need like background music or something. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to put on some background music because I have nothing to say except that this is doing its thing and we're watching it do its thing. Let's find some StreamYard music. What do we got here? Night driving? Sure. and I'll turn it down just a little bit. In my opinion, Beads looks like overkill. Like, why does it need a SQL database and all that? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm misusing it. What beads are we talking about? Yes, we are talking about Steve Yege's beads. So I found out an easy way to just install it is use an MCP server. So let me show you guys. I'll even drop this in the channel. Make your own best codes. Make your own. I think everyone's just making up their own stuff and they're like, everyone just latches on. They're like, this is the best thing since sliced bread. And I'm like, okay. But yeah, you could just install, like, it's a CLI, like Beads is a CLI. You can install it that way and then just do like BD onboard or whatever you need to do and it'll create and initialize the beads. But there's also an MCP server, which I think this makes it easier for your agent, whether it's Goose or whatever, to know like, how do I run this? So I put a little tutorial here for people if they want to figure out how to use it. But it was pretty straightforward. You just start your session off by giving it an epic. Like, here's everything I want to get done for this feature. It splits it up by task. It gets it done. It figures out what dependencies it's waiting on, etc., etc. Yeah, I think everyone can throw their ideas out now. Yeah, you know what? This is really a good time. Like, imagine when the internet was first made, people were probably just putting out like random ideas that maybe didn't even make sense. And now, or weren't even, maybe they did make sense, but it wasn't even that pivotal. And now, whatever their idea is, it's become the standard. So, put out whatever you got so you can get your standards in, right? They'll be like, wow, Best Codes, the creator of this agentic workflow that has been around for so many years. I don't know. Still going. I think it found. Let's figure out what happened. This one's over. It's a little buggy. It says the on breadcrumbs prop is missing, so it's still trying to add it. Now I need to add breadcrumb state in handlers. Okay. Oh, and I think this one running at the same time as this is running into issues. Like the CSS parser or whatever, it's like running into problems because it's like, hey, there's no breadcrumbs handler, but this one's running at the same time. So maybe I was wrong that this doesn't have any dependencies. But I feel like it could still keep going regardless. Okay. And now this is moving on to phase 5 and implementing a layout engine. There's not much I can do here. You know, I just got to watch my agent do its thing. It is interesting that it's using a SQL database. Maybe I am curious about that. Maybe we look at the repository while we're waiting. Let's see. What was it called? Steve Beats. Let's see what we can read in here that could be interesting to us. Do they got like any philosophy? I don't know, that we need to know about. Agent instructions versus agent.md. Okay. What's articles? Oh, it's just articles of him talking about it. I guess we could click that actually. The beads revolution. Beads best. Ooh, let's look at some beads best practices. I actually don't know. I actually just did my own thing. I was like, all right, you need an epic. I'm gonna just give you an epic and then split it up. in parallel, but maybe there's some more things that I need to know. Beads plus agent mail. The most compelling case to come along so far of this direct integration is the orchestrator with an orchestrator was MCP agent mail. Oh, I've seen this. He said he gives beads the agent's shared memory, and MCP agent mail gives them messaging. That's all they need. So they're chatting between each other. Okay. In the late 1900s, their version control system was so crappy that only one developer could have the file locked at a time, and nobody else could work on it. Okay. I have actually seen this, and I think it was like Agent Flywheel. I don't know if I click this and it'll find it. I think this is it. No, this isn't it. MCP agent mail. I'm gonna have to open up Slack. Oh, is it this? Is it this? No, this is the same thing. Hold on. I'm gonna have to open up Slack and find it. There's like a whole bunch of like tools that you can use. Let's see. Yeah. Goose Devrel. Agent fly. Let me put the ghosty terminal back up. Let's see where it's at. Maybe still stuck. That's why you gotta do these things while you're sleeping, because I'm getting antsy. I might just finish this already. Okay. This is what I was talking about. I guess this is the same thing. It just looks different than it did before. But yeah, there's like this MCP agent mail, and it allows like agents to communicate through like mail-like coordination, like Gmail for AI coding. And then there's this beads viewer if you wanted to see like visually where the tasks were, how things were going. Maybe we could try installing that while we wait. And maybe Goose can install it for me. No, I'll just do this. Quick start, blah, blah, blah. I'll do the first part at least. New tab. I don't really see the point of the agent mail thing. Maybe we should try that out another day. Why do I need the agents to communicate via mail when they can just communicate in my terminal? I don't know. Anybody, what's you guys' thoughts on that so far? Let me see the chat. Yeah, I do need Yege to tell me, like, what should I be doing? Is this the right way? We're almost done. I can't wait to see the final output of this. I'm not sure what it means by agent mail exactly. Let's keep reading then. I thought it was just saying like, you know how right now the agents are reading from a markdown file and figuring out, did you finish your work, not or yet? I think they kind of communicate, not through email, but in a way that's almost like email. And they're like, yeah, I finished my work already. That's how I was like interpreting it. So let's keep reading. He said that Beads gives agents shared memory and MCP agent mail gives them messaging, and that's all they need. The surprising thing he says is that it doesn't require massive setup or coordination. You just give them a task, tell them to go sort it out amongst themselves. There's no ego, so they quickly decide on a leader and split things up. And then we already read that this is kind of like how his job was. That's not how I like to work anymore, but it's how Jeffrey likes his agents to work. All in the same repo clone or folder. So MCP agent mail comes with file reservation system like our old Snaker Net VCS or version control system at Accenture. And although it seems crazy to work that way, he assures me that the agents just figure it out. They're quite resilient. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really explain. Okay, I'm testing it out now with Emacs so I can easily switch between 30 plus agent workers, no colored terminal windows sprawling across my screen, and Mail gives them swarm capabilities. Okay, I guess the one benefit is you don't have to have all these terminal windows open. I guess, whatever. All right, this one finally finished. We're getting to the last one. I'm so excited. Let's see what they told us or yeah, whatever our agents told us in the end. It added the breadcrumb feature. And then what's going on here? There are some untracked files related to breadcrumbs that weren't part of this. Okay, don't worry, agent. Mind your business. This handled it. All right. Once we finish this, our browser will be complete, and that is how beads works, I guess. Oh, what's IBM's BAI? Is this the swarm stuff? I haven't tried swarming. To me, I'm imagining it's kind of like beads. They come in, they take tasks, they put in different sessions. Like I feel like a lot of these are all very similar where people are like, "Hey, the context window is getting eaten up by being in one session. So I need multiple sessions open up to take on different tasks." And everyone's like doing different ways to open up different sessions. From free, would that not allow to use different systems and persist state? Would what not? Is the mail thing or the beat or beats? Yeah, maybe I'm not thinking of it. 30 agent workers is so crazy, Amanda. It's this is as much as I can do. And this used up 82% of the context window. You just used up 29%, and this used up 50%, 56%. Uh, Discord chat mentioned from beginning how context management is the name of the game. Yeah, this is it's really the name of the game. That's what everyone's trying to solve, and my belief is it's going to be solved without these patterns. But that's fine. It's reminding me of managing tons of bingo cards. Yeah, that's true. I really want to know if people have been running multiple like 10, 20 sessions at once, how are you mentally like managing? Like how sometimes I feel like I forget that I was running something. Like if I wasn't on this live stream, I will forget and maybe something will fail and then I'd just move on. Like I don't know. Okay, we're doing the very last thing, and we have 10 minutes left of this live stream. So I will really hope that beats can go fast enough. This one took really long, 18 minutes. This took 6 minutes. This took 13 minutes. I don't know if I'm as sold on beats as I liked Ralph Wiggum, but I think that's because I liked that I made my own solution for it. Beats, I'm like, okay, that's cool. I think if I have like if I could think of background tasks that I want happening in the background, maybe I'll do this. But most likely I really like to be in the loop. We're really near the end because it's adding some unit tests and some end-to-end tests. And let's see how it ends up being, if it's gonna be cute. Relatable, thank you. I don't know what I said a second ago, but thank you. What other agentic workflows should I try out for the next time? Like, what are you guys into? Or you're like, I wonder how that works. I'll try it out, kind of like I did now, and then you guys can decide. Like, is this what I want to do? Oh my god, we're almost done. Well, it's running the test to see if they pass or fail. I wish with agents you can be like, run this at 2 times speed. I don't know. Kareen said, they manage multiple sessions. For me, different projects keeps it simple, keeps my sanity. Oh, I think, okay, dang it, I have a bad memory. I think you're talking about like having multiple, I want to see sub agents and more uses of multiple agents. Yes, we can do sub agents next. We can do sub agents next. I think I like that better because you could stay on one session and use, like, I could have done basically this where I had, did I remove it? Yeah, I did. But where I said, hey, here's my epic. Sub agent 1, you do this, sub agent 2, or I don't even need to say that. It can decide which sub agent's gonna do what. It might work in sequentially, it might decide to work in parallel, and it does its own thing in its own sessions, but I don't have to open the sessions up. And it saves the context window that way. To me, might be the easiest way. Async sub agents would be cool. Just can't remember if Goose supports that. I believe we do. I believe we do. Okay, we're almost there. It can't find this button. It skipped it. Okay. I wonder how buggy it's gonna be after we like actually open it up. I need tab differentiation and session window naming or something I can change. Yeah, I think we can do that for next time. We can use sub agents to do that. I don't think if it's complex, that's okay. I don't gotta do it. Goose is doing it. Goose is gonna figure it all out. All right, guys, our browser or the features that we added are now complete. So we can actually run. I actually forgot about this. I was gonna do the beads viewer. I'm not as interested in that anymore. But we're gonna go ahead and do run npm run electron. What was it? Cat package JSON. Where are you? npm electron start. And let's see. We got our cookie jar. That'll be our safety net for closed tabs. We got our wrapping up a session and naming it on like what happens. Let's try it out. I don't remember what was the other feature that I wanted here. And then we'll be done. We got like 5 minutes. Let me go to random stuff. Let's say Twitter. Let's say, oh, I can't do that. I have to do twitter.com. What's another one? github.com and Netflix. Oops. I keep doing that because that's what I do in Chrome. I do not type .com. All right, cool. Maybe that's another feature we got to add. So we have all of these, and then if I close one, sure, ghosty. If I close one, is it in the cookie jar? Cool. Cool. And does it give my story? Isn't it supposed to have like a why I did something? I don't know. But let's say watching movies, save and close. How does it? Oh, here we go. We could restore the ones that I was looking at before. Cool. That's what I wanted. And then it goes away. Interesting. Okay. Well, Goose did what it could do. And so far, oh, let's see the custom rendering engine that it has. This is not a true rendering engine. Whatever. And you can't see this anymore. Anything different happened? Cool. I don't know. So we'll come back in 2 weeks. Next week is going to be Ebony, and she's going to work on making an MCP app compatible with ChatGPT because they're quite similar. Like you can render ChatGPT apps in ChatGPT. So she's going to do that. And then I'll come back and maybe we're going to be using sub agents to add more features or fix any bugs. within this browser, but thanks for sticking around with me. I know this one wasn't the most riveting, but I hope it helped you learn a little bit about what beads are and how they work. Bye, guys.